Let's explore for a minute the question, why a degree in leadership? But first we've got to break that down into two questions. First of all, why a degree? And then why leadership? The value of a degree today is best understood in the context of the economy. Around 2000, there was a switch from the old economy to the new economy. In the old economy, commodity was the dollar. In the new economy, the commodity has changed to knowledge. What's that mean? Well, in the old economy where the commodity was the dollar, everything rose and fell on the dollar. All decisions were made on the basis of that. And in the new economy, a lot of decisions now are based on the basis of knowledge, no longer the dollar. Therefore, knowledge is what leverages you. The result is evidenced in the escalation of credentials. For example, jobs that used to require a high school diploma now requires a bachelor's degree. What used to require a bachelor's degree now requires a master's degree. What used to require a master's degree now requires a doctorate or beyond. You see what happens with the escalation of knowledge. The workplace is changing and different things are being required. So now we have a second question. Why leadership? Have you noticed the changing demographics in the workplace? As baby boomers are retiring, organizations are experiencing a significant decline in employees with leadership ability. As a result, employees are being asked to take on leadership roles within their organizations, yet their expertise is at the operational level. For example, I have several new friends in the nursing. And in a hospital situation, for example, on a floor of nurses, what will happen is that when they need a new lead nurse, they will take their best nurse from the floor services and put them into a leadership role. And yet, without any specific leadership training, they are now drawing on what used to only comprise about 20% of their skill set is now 80% or more of their skill set. So this is where we're seeing a huge need in the area of leadership in every organization, because there isn't an organization out there that doesn't require leadership. Where there's two or more people, someone will have to take the lead. So you see, leadership is really simply about how do you mobilize and motivate people toward a certain goal. It's a specialized skill that can be learned and will become increasingly more valuable as more baby boomers retire and as organizations increase their search for individuals ready and able to step up to their plate. And serious leadership studies actually began in the 80s, and master's degrees began emerging then too. And since then, we've seen a real increase in the recognized discipline of leadership in academic environments, where now there's bachelor's degrees offered, there's master's degrees offered, and there are doctorates in the whole study of leadership. In this program, BA in Leadership, we're going to study many different aspects of leadership, such as conflict management or negotiation. Is it management or is it reconciliation? What is it and how do you work with it? How do you understand it? Where there's two or more people, there will be conflict. So how can we work with it? How to actually lead change? What's more constant today than actually change? How to do decision making that is ethically and morally appropriate? How do we understand what makes teamwork effective as together we understand various different theories of what leadership is and what has been applied? As we look historically at different aspects of leadership, we'll begin to understand organizations and how they function around us. To illustrate, we wouldn't have McDonald's, Burger King, or even Tim Hortons functioning as they do today without borrowing from classical management theories that came out of the Industrial Revolution. These are just some examples of what we're going to be learning. But the uniqueness of what our leadership studies program provides is that it's a way for you to integrate assignments and practical experience from your everyday life. Whether it's at work, whether you draw from illustrations at home, or from your involvement in the community. It's going to be relevant and it's going to be practical. In addition, you're going to come out with a project in the end that will effectively demonstrate your capabilities and showcase your leadership competencies. What's more, toward the end of your studies, you'll have the opportunity to write a paper on what is my own philosophy of leadership. This alone will help you to leverage yourself in moving forward in your job changes and in promotions.